We're back.
That's new. What was that?
Gotta keep it spicy.
Oh, man.
We're here. Fantasy Access. What was it, week 6?
6.
Yeah.
Rolling
week
right
6.
along. We're into October.
Week 6.
Man, so much fantasy. So many things going on all the time. But it's been fun so far.
It has.
So we got us back here, week 6, starting off with the quick question of the day, which is, through these 5 weeks, who is your fantasy MVP? We're probably looking at the top of the charts here, but
I mean,
Is it Christian McCaffrey?
I was going to say, for me, it's just Christian McCaffrey.
I mean,
No
He's the
doubt
actual
about it.
MVP. Is the fantasy MVP.
was it 13 games of scoring in a row?
Yeah, something
crazy.
crazy like that. 7 touchdowns this season, or 7 rushing this season. Got another through the air.
I feel like that's got to be it.
It's hard not to pick
I mean,
him.
his floor is basically 20 points,
It's insane.
which is
He's
insanity.
pretty much 2 players. You
You
could
look
have him
at
and like some scrub
His
other running back.
projections, and they're always like, 19, 20 points. Ridiculous.
I mean, that's why you can never trade McCaffrey, because there's no. He's worth 2 players, like you said. Like, there's no 2 players, 3 players you could get that
Gotta hope
help
he
your
stays
lineup
healthy.
as much
Right,
as
The
he
only
does.
healthy
thing is,
McCaffrey
like,
is
see, the only thing that can stop him is that.
yeah,
So
agreed. I'll throw an honorable mention. I think like we all agree on McCaffrey, but Tyreek Hill is electric still.
It's been pretty nuts, yeah.
He's been having
Yeah.
some good games. He puts up a lot of numbers. That offense has just been crazy. Are they breaking records or tying records? It was like something Rams.
unless they're playing the Bills,
Yeah.
They still had some decent yardage that game, though.
did they?
I mean, HN went over
Yeah.
100 and something
yeah.
that game.
Yeah, they still put up decent fantasy
They're
value.
averaging 500 like offensive yards a game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that was Miami getting held, and they scored 20 points,
Right.
which is like a decent output.
It's wild. So shout out to him. Tyreek Hill still one of your. I mean, it's those two at the top of their positions, so makes sense. But given between the two, you got to go McCaffrey. So
MVP.
yeah,
We
gotta
said
love
it.
it. Get right into some headlines here. Some big injuries this week. Mr. Supernova himself, Devon Achane, to the IR
Yeah, your boy.
with a knee injury. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Finally started him
Yeah,
Right?
I did.
Yeah, I did too.
Had a pretty good game.
to the IR.
And
All right.
Stinks.
now I got
But-
Shelf Wilson in that starting lineup because I'm scrapping.
Yeah.
And then probably even bigger than that because of your draft value. But Justin Jefferson hits IR this week as well.
Yeah.
You hate to see that. The hamstring injury
Yeah.
is just like Cooper Cup all
They
over
just-
again.
They just keep coming
Yeah.
back.
You
These
lose one
hamstrings.
stud and
Yeah.
now you lose this one. Or get one stud back in Cup, now back in fantasy lineups, and Jefferson goes out, which is just too bad. That's the nature of fantasy, I guess.
Yeah,
Imagine if you could just turn off injuries in fantasy football. How much fun that would be.
right. Because you wouldn't have to, try to guess anything because there is no guessing. I mean, who had Justin Jefferson going on the IR?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I'm pretty sure he went number 1 in most
drafts, yeah.
Most drafts.
It would just change the game so much, but like all those waiver wire
That would
things.
truly be fantasy.
Right.
Not,
Yeah.
not having injuries.
Yeah, but we can only imagine that. So, and then the other IR candidate, James Conner, who was like okay on the so far this year, the Cardinals been rolling. Joshua
Yeah,
Dobbs
dude.
been like decent, like
Been scoring some
Yeah.
points, some fantasy points, all of it.
definitely a contributor on your team that now has left a hole. So, just a bummer there. All these injuries. Too bad for the player, too bad for your fantasy team, too bad for the NFL. Like, you want these guys out there, just it's good,
sure.
it's good football. And then the last one, Khalil Herbert with an ankle, who was like starting to, as the Bears offense kind of was turning it around, he was starting to be at least a startable player there. Had 70-something yards in
Yeah.
this last game before going out with the injury. Tried to tough it out. You saw, I don't know if you guys saw
Yeah,
that.
just
made one cut and was like,
It's like,
nope.
it's just not happening. Yeah. That was unfortunate. And that was in the second quarter, maybe. Like he
sounds
was,
right, yeah.
he was on pace to have a big day.
Yeah, they're giving the fullback the carries down the down the end of the game. So he looks like he could return maybe faster than these other guys, although because he hasn't officially been put on IR yet.
Hasn't practiced this week, not on IR yet.
Yeah, so probably not having him this week. Maybe in the next one or two. Those other guys you got to wait at least for because they are on IR.
Mm-hmm.
So make some adjustments, hit your waiver wire, see what you can do. Hopefully you can get by without these guys, and maybe they come back if you're in the playoffs and give you the team the boost they need. So there's your headlines. Chopping it up.
Chop it. All right.
Let's get into it.
I like this segment. This Would You Rather.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
so
too.
I
You put some
quick
tough
hitters.
ones in there.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying
Good
to. I
job.
wanted to find some light guys. You guys can pick. Who would you rather between the two?
New England hasn't seen such planning since the Tom Brady years. That's what we're looking at.
Anyways, people trying to make trades here. This is
Yeah.
you kind of got the lay of the land at this point in the
Right.
season.
Did you see what time he sent out the show
I
sheet
know,
text?
like, I got it
Noon,
at
I
lunch.
think.
I
Yeah.
knew I'd have a busy afternoon.
My
so we had to get
goodness.
it
All
out.
right. Well, fire away. Chop it up.
All right, so
You put it out there. We chop it.
let's do it.
All right.
So the first one, I'm going to give you two guys. You tell me who would you rather. First one I got is two wide receiver studs, Stephon Diggs or Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Yeah,
This
makes
one,
sense.
as good as they both are, it's Tyreek.
I don't know. Sometimes like Diggs gets like in these like weird. I don't know. He just looks like he's very unhappy about things, and
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not convinced all is well.
There-
There. So
There's always like a Diggs upset on sideline. Like
yeah.
a
Right.
corner.
Yes. That.
But and the only thing I will say about Diggs, I feel like sometimes he'll get like hyper targeted, whereas Miami's like, Achane, Mostert, Waddle, like all these different mouths to feed. Whereas Diggs is definitely like the top dog in that offense.
Yeah.
And when they need to move the ball down the field even quickly, 2 minute, whatever it is, they just like lock in, and Josh Allen finds him. So there's that, but both of them have had kind of pretty good big blow up games so far this year. They're both pretty good assets, and you're definitely your wide receiver one if you got him. So both Tyreek there, he is probably the most electric, but
I mean,
it's no
MVP
slouch.
candidate,
Right.
fantasy wise. So,
All right,
wrong
next
with that.
one. Now, hopefully these get a little bit harder. We'll see. We got Joe Mixon or Ramondre Stevenson.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Not even thought about it.
It's not. It's not.
I don't
it's not
think-
it's nothing to think about.
What
right
about
now.
those defenses that? So this is like rest of season. Those defenses that Ramondre went up against were pretty good. He had the Jets. He had the
Eagles.
Dolphins, Eagles.
I
don't
mean,
know.
you just listed a team that he has to play again.
Saints.
Saints, right?
Yeah, he has to play
had
Miami
the-
and the Jets
Play
twice. He
Miami.
has to play the Bills twice.
Right.
So that's
So like,
six.
True.
there's still rest of the season that
That's
he's
4 more games
Right.
of sub 5-point value.
I guess if you're buying it, neither of these offenses are particularly stout right now. So
Well,
we just
I mean,
saw-
the Bengals
That's true.
put it
They had-
together.
Bengals might have just turned it around.
Yeah,
right then and
it
there.
seems like they might have flipped a switch.
Right. Because because we benched all the Bengals
Yeah.
players
Right.
this week. So
Yeah, I put
They were
Joe
just
Burrow
waiting for
back
players
in.
to do that.
I don't think this is right now. The Patriots look like they're running a wing T.
Yeah, it's
like
bad.
it's not. They're I don't know. Maybe it's like the Jets algorithm or something. Like I keep getting like posts of the all 22 tape of like Patriots offensive linemen like looking where like I don't know who to block. It's like 2 guys run past. Like there seem to be some things that are mixed up there that I'd much rather have Mixon.
all right, I like it. All right, next one. Maybe this one's tougher. I don't know. Bijan Robinson or David Montgomery. Whew. Chop that up.
this definitely
That's harder.
was a bit of a thinker.
That's harder.
I think
Yeah.
right now,
what's your thought process here?
based on what we've seen, I think I am going to go with Montgomery.
You texted me about this over the weekend. That's where you got this, didn't you? Essentially,
Well, I didn't
right?
have Bijan,
It wasn't
but yeah.
Bijan, but it was Montgomery or
I did text you about
who
it.
was the other one?
It's Achan,
Chan.
which is also that you
Did
could
you
put
pull
those
the
two.
trigger on that, by the way?
It didn't come
As
to
I-
fruition. It got taken back before I could.
So you
I
you
did
have
not.
Achan,
I have Achan,
and he's on the
and
IR.
it would have been nice if I
coulda
had
hit
pulled the
accept.
trigger.
When I texted you on Sunday morning, yeah, like he
Montgomery.
texted. It must have been like overnight, like the baby was up or something, and I got a text. Like I woke up to it Sunday morning. Like, yeah, we go Montgomery.
I texted Jared too. I was,
Yeah,
I
were
told
on
him
the Achan
Achan.
side.
I like the
No.
potential of Achan.
It's
Obviously, I didn't know his
upside
leg was
versus
going to fall off.
consistency.
All
Upside
right,
versus
yeah.
consistency.
Montgomery's my choice there.
But yeah, right, in the Bijan versus Montgomery. I think just the touchdown potential. I mean, we had talked about it, and I just looked it up. Jamal Williams finished as the running back 7 last year.
Solely on
Just because he
touchdowns.
got, 17, 18 touchdowns?
Right.
And Montgomery has 7 already.
True.
So the touchdown production's there, and that's what's going to separate these two.
Yeah, I go that same way too. Bijan's looked good, but just the better offense. I mean, the Lions have looked great.
Yeah.
So I think you got to pick that one. More opportunity for scoring. Next up, DJ Moore or Brandon Ayuk? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go DJ Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Is this what you're hoping for? Some
Let's hear it.
split
Let's hear
opinions?
it.
Oh man.
I think
you
Ayuk-
just put the thing he wanted us to like rubber stamp his fantasy players.
Not all of them, but yeah, there are a couple in here.
Right, he's been contemplating trade offers to
Yeah,
offer people,
right.
and he's having
I
to
don't have
hash it out.
Bijan. I don't have Stevenson.
I like
Clearly, you're not going to trade for Stevenson because we just shamed you about
Yeah,
it.
no, not that one.
Can't possibly do that now. So you're
So
more
you
on
got-
Ayuk.
Yeah, what's the reasoning? You got DJ Moore as the only guy in
Right.
town. Justin Fields looks good. He's going to get lots
Yeah,
of targets.
Are we convinced
I
that
think-
turned around?
I think enough that it's the first 3 weeks were completely atrocious, and these
bad.
past 2 weeks were electric.
Right.
It's gonna water
more
finds its
volatility,
level,
yeah.
but it's not gonna be those earlier 3
Yeah.
weeks. Whereas Ayuk, he kind of had a good first week, and then it just kind of treaded water throughout. I think there's just too many mouths to feed
Maybe too
in
many.
San Francisco. Ayuk will probably have his weeks,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even just in the passing game, I mean, is it going to be Debo, Ayuk, or Kittle?
I feel
Last
like-
week it was Kittle with 3
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Ayuk
Next
has
week
like,
maybe
I mean,
it's
that whole
Debo.
offense, they're just efficient. Brock Purdy can throw 4
Yeah.
touchdowns and only, doesn't have to throw a ton of passes.
Yeah, 210 yards on 15 attempts.
Right,
4
exactly.
Right, right.
So, I mean, there's just a lot of production there. So, Ayuk is kind of their downfield guy too. So, I do see the volatility in that, like, there are a lot of mouths to feed. Kittle has a game, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of liked that, between the two of them,
Yeah.
they're both kind of in different situations, but feel to be valued pretty similarly.
Okay.
All right. Brees Lightning or Raheem Mostert?
I would take Brees Lightning, but the correct answer is probably most.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But Brees
I-
is like very good, and if he's getting
That was a
full
great game.
workload-
That was a great game last week.
and they
That's
both have
reliant
injury
on
risk, right?
The problem with that is it's reliant on Zach Wilson being able to play the way he has in the past 2 weeks, which we're not entirely certain of yet. So this week will be the test. After this week, I'll have a more definitive Brees Lightning for you on that one.
Are
Because,
you on board with the Brees Lightning nickname?
I mean, what
That
did they
is-
say?
Does it bother you?
What
Isn't
was
that
the
the
one when he
nickname?
broke the announcer line when he broke that 70-yard run last week? Was he has a hall pass to the end zone? That was pretty good too. Brees Lightning
Just
was
call him hall pass, I like that.
But yeah, I don't know what you guys are Brees guys.
I picked Mostert in this scenario. I think just way better system.
That's true.
More reliable.
Miami's
system.
gonna score a ton of points. Even their bad game against Buffalo, they scored 20 points.
True.
And now
There's
HN
multiple
on the
backs
IR.
though.
Achan on the IR.
Multiple backs though.
That
that
is
they
true.
use.
That's one thing
Jeff
that
Wilson
that's
comes back.
Yeah, if they have that multiple, and we've always said that's the offense they could put Cam Seslick in and you get 150 yards.
Right. Jeff Wilson could
Yeah.
be great if
Right.
he's
Right.
healthy.
Will probably come in and do fine.
Yeah.
But multiple backs, but they are going to run it a lot because they are going to be up.
Yeah. Game script. Yeah.
They've shown that they know how to
Yeah.
get their running backs into the end zone.
Yeah,
All right. So we gotta. So
I mean I'll take
you're-
Brees. Yeah, I
you're
like Brees.
All right.
I mean, he's obviously the better player.
Yeah. All right, good one. Let's get some QBs in here. C.J. Stroud, new rookie who's been very good, or old reliable Matt Stafford.
That's just Stroud all day. You go the youth movement all day.
I'm going with Stroud too, although Stafford's
got
on the
Puka
ups
and now Kupp back.
with some great options for him to throw to, but I think Stroud, obviously last week wasn't his strongest, but he had a string of games where he kind of proven that his wide receivers are good. I think he like 14, 15 points last week, which he had a string of 3 20-plus point games in a row, where he kind of showed that he can throw for 250 and 2 touchdowns, no problem, and his wide receivers are good.
Yeah. So last week he was 250, 1 touchdown. Like, still pretty good.
Right.
I'll take that all day.
Yep.
And then also just 9 touchdowns to 0 interceptions for Stroud. Stafford's 5-5, even split, so just something to...
But with Kupp coming back rest of the season,
Right, with
does
Kupp
it
coming
change
back-
for you?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but Kupp was back, had a great game. Puka also had a great game, and it was 1 passing touchdown that game. So
Yeah, it was a weird game.
All right. So we go Stroud. We go with the rookie. Sure. All right. James Cook or Isaiah Pacheco?
Isaiah Pacheco. He's from New Jersey. An
Easy choice.
Easiest one you put on this list.
James Cook been pretty good on the ground, but not getting in the end zone. And Pacheco's kind of had a couple blow-up games too. So I don't know, where do you lean?
this one got put to the test for me because I just traded away Pacheco when I had James Cook on my team. So clearly I picked James Cook, and I'm going to have to roll with that. I think, like you said, been good on the ground, hasn't found the end zone yet. So when he does find the end zone, that's just going to be another great game.
Yeah.
I think it was Pacheco has 3 touchdowns on the ground to James Cook's 1. I imagine that ends up pretty even, probably. Maybe.
Jeez.
It just. I mean, they're both.
Right. Just looking at the future for Pacheco.
He looks good.
Yeah.
Future's bright.
I got a hot take about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're
Save
both.
that for the next
They're
segment.
both pass first offenses. Obviously, Pacheco a little bit more involved in the passing game. So
more
far.
so than we thought he would be.
Yeah,
Right.
and they definitely ticked up his usage kind of as the weeks went on. First couple weeks, McKinnon was getting a lot of goal line carries, and that kind of
Yes,
threw
Pacheco's
people
kind of the guy
off.
now,
But Pacheco, Pacheco's really established himself. But James Cook has also been really established as the guy.
Right.
They bring in,
High-powered offense.
right?
yeah.
They bring in Harris,
Yeah.
and they had Latavius Murray, and they're just not
goal
really,
line guys.
right. The goal line guys, but they're just not really anything in that offense. So I still believe in James Cook. I think he is the better running back, and the systems are similar enough. The opportunities are going to be similar enough. I think James Cook has the edge.
All right. Look at this. A couple of good splits here.
What's yours? Did you pick?
I didn't actually. I think I go Pacheco. I don't know. I like his touchdown upside, and just on that. I mean, they're both good offenses. That's a tough one. I lean Pacheco, but I can't really say why.
No.
It's just, based on they're both pretty even. All right, now tight end matchup. You've got the rookie in Sam Laporta on a good offense with the Lions, or Mark Andrews, the number 1 read for Lamar Jackson on the Ravens.
And that's
Thoughts?
that last sentence is why I ended up picking Andrews in this case. I mean, they're both really, really good tight ends, but Andrew is the number 1 option there for the Ravens passing attack. That's the only thing
I'm a
differentiating
Laporta
them.
guy.
Look at this
I don't-
split. I love it.
He went to tight end university
Okay.
in Iowa. Those guys churn out the tight ends, and I mean, I feel like that has been a big target so far for the quarterback whose name is slipping my mind right now.
Jared Goff.
Goff, yeah. 2 touchdowns last week. He seems to be consistently getting 4, 5, 6 targets in the passing game. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
sometimes
go with Laporta.
Sometimes I feel like the tight ends take a little bit to, the rookies don't always produce right away, but Laporta's bucked that trend and has been very good. And I think, I don't know, the Ravens offense was supposed to be kind of revamped this year, and they've been okay, but I don't know, they're not doing it for me. So I kind of lean Laporta as well.
Okay.
And then the last one, we got your boy, Chris Olave.
This is
And
This one's not even. This wasn't like a good one.
not a good one for you, for sure.
Only one of these receivers can run an NFL route.
Who's winning the touchdown battle? The other one is CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys.
They're 1-1 in touchdowns.
Are they?
I
Okay.
had looked this up.
Yeah, it's Olave all the way.
I wanted to say Olave, I really did, but it just hasn't come to fruition yet. And maybe Lamb is the worst wide receiver, but he's been performing fantasy-wise better. Like they give him the ball enough times to make it work.
They have found more creative ways to get him the ball.
Right.
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
He's the more consistent option in that Cowboys offense, and
Yeah.
it just works enough.
What's-
And maybe quarterback play has been affecting Olave. Maybe
I think the presence of Michael Thomas has been affecting Olave, as well as
Yeah.
the emergence of what's the other third receiver they
Rashid
have?
Shaheed.
Yeah. He's been also, I think, taking
Right.
some targets. So that's last year neither of those were like really viable options for one reason or another.
Yeah. Agreed. So yeah, that's a tough one. Wait, so Olave, and did you go Lamb?
I'm going Lamb. Yeah.
Oof. I really like Olave, but I think I lead Lamb in this one as well, just because of like his role in the offense is just a little bit more the 1A. But if I don't know, to make a trade, I don't know that I could give up Olave for Lamb. It's tough.
It is tough,
Not doing
especially when both of them aren't. Well, Olave's have wide receiver 32 and Lamb is wide receiver 20. That's definitely way below where both of them
Yeah.
were drafted. So
Right. All right.
it. That was a good segment. Nice chopping.
No,
I
yeah,
like
well
that,
done.
yeah.
Chopping.
To you as well.
All right.
All right.
Hot takes, baby.
Open-ended hot takes this week.
We don't
No
have
smash
any
spots. No,
smash.
no running back, QB,
none of
whatever.
that business.
It's just and you give me season long or week 6, whatever you want to do.
yeah,
I got some season long ones.
you got season long.
It's just the way they popped in my brain.
All right.
But this week is good too. You maybe just say that
Okay.
to distinguish.
I'll give you a
Yeah,
week
give me
6
one.
hot take.
Week 6 hot take.
It's
Love
gonna
it.
happen tonight.
Tonight's the night.
Isaiah Pacheco runs for a bean and a half, 2 TDs.
Woo!
There
Big
it is.
game.
And that's just rushing yards. He might get to 2 Bills tonight. That's how bad the Broncos
Yeah,
are.
I was gonna say
They're
that.
so bad. They just like the holes that
Enormous.
your boy Brees Lightning was running through. You would have scored backwards on them too. Like I see possibility of 2 or 3 breakout runs tonight.
Yeah.
That could be 50 plus yards.
And we were talking game script, like they're going to be up. We've got a thing,
Right.
So they're just going to be running the ball.
Yeah, it might be one of those games though, like that could play like let's get the backup offensive guard a carry.
Right.
You know, that's like the ring around the rosy play. So,
Big Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
right, maybe
but yeah, I think
maybe that's
Pacheco's
my hot
big.
take. Clyde Edward-Helaire for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I like
I'm
that.
I'm
Jared?
gonna hop in just because I'm gonna piggy off of that one. I said Pacheco RB3 at least this week.
Ooh, on a short week.
A short week.
Okay.
I mean, if he scores 150
Yeah, that's
or a bean and a half, 2
Yards,
touchdowns.
yards, 150 yards. That's what we're going for.
that was clear to me. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't.
yeah that would do
wow.
it. That'd be a top 5.
I mean, what's that? 15.
Oh, okay. Top 3 running back, not a. I thought you meant like.
Oh. No, yeah, that top. Yeah, he finishes as the RB the RB3.
the third running back. Okay.
Oh, you thought
I thought
everybody,
he
like,
meant like
quarterback.
he will be
Like
the
25
third.
to 36 finish.
Yeah, like you put him in your RB3, like
Gotcha,
your
gotcha,
flex
gotcha.
spot or something.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Got
He
it.
he will be the RB top
RB3.
3.
Top 3. Yeah.
Nice.
Being in a half.
Good week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Nice. I don't know. You guys tell me how spicy it is, but here I am beating the Justin Fields drum again. But season long, Justin Fields outscores Patrick Mahomes in fantasy points.
That's hot.
Woo!
That's hot.
That's hot.
I'm going to say it.
You're taking it. You're
I don't
taking
think
it to another
Mahomes
level.
might not have
Rest
to
of the
do it
season.
all that much. And right now, I think Fields is like 5 points ahead of Mahomes.
You're back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks of it.
Like a tractor beam. Okay.
Spicy.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
take
hot.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
here we go.
I have, I guess, like a, it's like a
Season.
elongated season
Okay,
one.
sure.
I think maybe it's not that hot because he's played a pretty big role in the offense the last couple of weeks. But look out, Curtis Samuel is coming on the Commanders' offense. He's been a go-to guy, in particular near the end zone. He's gotten in there twice in the last 2 weeks. And the way I'm thinking about it is, why am I forgetting names? Offensive coordinator,
Bieniemy.
yeah, Eric Bieniemy. Always found a way to get that like second or third wide receiver involved in the offense beyond Tyreek Hill. Like Mecole Hardman was a fantasy relevant player. So I could see that becoming a thing. Besides, in addition, they're playing him like a lot of snaps, but he's also that like gadget back that they'll put in the backfield in the same way that the 49ers sometimes use Deebo Samuel.
Right.
You can see him on jet sweeps, and he's running routes. So
Touchdowns in back-to-back weeks, I think.
yeah,
right?
touchdowns back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
So that's my hot take.
I like that
He's
one.
relevant.
He was kind of, what was his rookie year or his sophomore year, like pretty good. And then
He was
got hurt.
in that like gadget back, like they were throwing him in the backfield. They were, I forget where he played at the early part of his
Carolina,
career. Yeah. That sounds right.
But then he got hurt, and then it was kind of
Yeah.
like working him back. And
Right.
maybe he's back healthy and kind of one of those electric
Yeah, he's
players there. Yeah,
one of those guys that can break something on any given play.
I like it. Jared?
I'm going to go. I just have all week 6 predictions.
Okay.
I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence, top 5 finish this week against the Colts at home, back home from London. So get
he
back
could
to the
do a- he
States.
could do a get-right
feel
game.
good. Right. I mean, their London trip was a
get-right game.
get right trip.
Sure.
Back to
Home
back.
away from home.
Right. Their true home stadium, Tottenham Hotspur
Right.
Stadium. And now they're back on the road in Jacksonville. But they come back feeling good.
Yeah.
Get to set their clocks to the right time zone.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 finish.
Mm.
Nice.
Okay.
That'd be nice. That'd be welcomed.
It's hot.
My second one, I guess it's, I don't know, maybe complicated like yours, but when Deontay Johnson returns to the Steelers, I think Pickens stays as wide receiver 1, and he kind of keeps that role going. He's had a couple explosive
So
games
you're
in a
saying
row. That he's the
From
new-
when Johnson returns to rest of end of season,
I don't think that's hot.
Pickens
at all.
will finish
I think
above
that's
Johnson.
just the way it's
Yes.
going to be.
You think
Yeah.
he's usurped Johnson, even though
Yeah, I think that
even when he comes back?
the connection is there.
Right? Yeah,
I agree with
I-
that.
I like that.
I mean, I can definitely- I can
It's just like Johnson was touted as the wide receiver 1.
I can definitely-
Hey, I said Justin Fields is going to outscore
Right.
Mahomes. I got to keep him. We got to balance it out here.
I mean, there's definitely the world where that happens, but I feel like they just have different roles. And if Pickens doesn't have that, big
Well, I feel
play
like
down.
Pickens was like the 3-target guy and maybe catches 1 as a good
Right.
game. Now I feel like he's getting 7, 8, 9 with Johnson out, but with Johnson returning, I still looks his way more often than not.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
I'll go with another season-long one. I'll parlay it off of. I'll phrase it the way you phrased your Justin Fields one. Russell Wilson gets outperformed by Zach Wilson the rest of the way.
Ooh.
Actually, that probably isn't all that spicy.
But
that might be a
Wilson-
bell pepper also. Because Russell Wilson is not that good at football
Maybe
anymore.
we should, our Hito meter should just be
Right.
peppers.
Yeah. But that's my call. I think
Russell might be
Yeah.
in the top 10 right now because he had, I think, one
According to Fantasy Pros, he is 8th through the
yeah.
season.
get him out. He's throwing
he's-
picks,
And you
fumbling
gotta-
footballs.
You got to scroll down to 28th to find Zach Wilson.
He's going to climb the ladder.
That's a
That's
spicy
a medium.
take.
Yeah, that's spicy. I like
From
it.
here, this point on.
Yeah. I like it. All right.
It's Jared's turn.
Jared. Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick with my picking a player for a top X finish. Zay Flowers against Tennessee, I believe.
Ooh.
He will be a top 12, so a wide receiver 1
Right.
to end this week.
I like that. He's been kind of
Yeah, why
coming
not?
along. Yeah. Been solid. And he's still waiting on that blow up game
Right.
where he goes,
Maybe this is it.
Maybe it is. I like
Why
it.
not? I like it.
Pass funnel defense, right?
Yeah.
That's what they've been saying. And then mine, again, season long, but I don't know why I'm picking on Kansas City, just like the best team. But Travis Kelce does not finish as the tight end 1 on the season.
Okay.
He's already missed a game. Potentially, he's a little dinged
Yeah,
up right
that-
now.
had that little-
Could miss another game. You said he
miss
wasn't going to
another.
score that week.
And he didn't.
And he didn't.
And he didn't.
And he didn't.
So just that electricity.
I don't know that he scores tonight.
Maybe not. That's what I'm saying. It's the efficiency hasn't been quite as much there. Now, the tight end position is pretty volatile as it is. So, but I think it just takes a Sam Laporta to string a bunch of good games together, or Andrews or somebody, and they can usurp Kelce this year.
I mean, Cole Kmet's the tight end 2 just because of a couple good games.
Right.
Porta, Cole, Andrews, Kelsey's 4.
Kelsey at 4 right now.
So maybe is this a bell pepper too, or
Where's your boy? Your Jake Ferguson. He's not
13.
13. How many tugs?
he's climbing the ladder.
Yeah, I'm guessing
one,
he did
right?
not score 1
Yeah.
last
He's
week.
got to
so
he's
yeah,
got to turn
still
it on. I
one.
thought he'd
Still
have
can't-
more touchdowns by now.
Can't bust out the chart or the meter
Chart
yet.
is staying.
He needs like a 2 touchdown week to get right here.
That would help.
Where's Tyler Conklin on that list? That could have been a hot take too. He's gonna jump up.
19.
He's gonna be a top 10 tight end by the end of the year. I
Save
give you a
that one
bonus
for
take.
next.
Bonus take.
Okay, bonus take.
Bonus take. All right.
Is that all of them?
That's it.
I like it. So I don't know. Do with those what you will. some more spicy than others, but at least there's something there for us to believe in. All right. Game pick 'em.
We're picking.
Here we are.
All right. So last week, Cam picked up 3 dubs with the Bears, the Saints, and the Jets.
Yeah, you guys didn't pick the Bears.
No,
No.
did not. Looking back on that, that was a dumb one because the Commanders played almost a full period of overtime, and then came back and
For a
played
week.
Thursday night. Like that was we did not think that one through adequately.
I didn't have to think much.
Then yeah, you just went into it. I finished 2-2, and Jared had a 1-3 mark. So
We're not very good at picking our own games.
yeah, we've been struggling on that.
All of us?
We went 0
Yeah.
for 3.
The freebies
so
we get.
the current standings are Cam and me are tied at 10-8, and Jared is 8-9-1 over there in 3rd place. So we start
With
with
me a get right week.
yeah, you need a get right week. You need a get right game. You've got one tonight here, Thursday night. The Broncos visit the Chiefs, a rivalry game.
Ooh.
A rivalry game
Yeah.
on Thursday night. So Chiefs are giving up 10.5 here. Jared, what do you got?
10.5.
I don't want to do it, but I'm going to say the Broncos. 10.5's a lot of points.
Good call.
The Broncos beat the Bears a couple weeks ago, and
It's a different team. It's the Chiefs.
I know.
are-
but if you can win,
Hey,
if you can beat one team, you can lose to another by 9.
you can. You can.
They can lose by 9.
10.5's a blowout. So yeah, we're saying they're gonna blow out the Broncos. Now the Broncos did just lose at home to the Jets by 10. But that was a little bit of a closer game. I think that Kansas City might get 500 yards of total offense in this game. I'll pick
so.
I'll pick KC
Yeah, I'm going to go with you.
minus the 10.5. All right. Next we have the Patriots. A lot of calls for Bill Belichick's job right now. Not from this show.
No.
No.
Not
In Bill we trust.
not from this show.
It's not
But
Bill Belichick.
they are on the road at 4:05 visiting the Raiders. The pupil becomes the teacher. Is the theme of this one.
The narrative.
The narrative of this game. Yeah, a lot of narratives, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy G, that's a narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McDaniels, that's a narrative. And then that receiver, Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby
is
Myers.
over there, right?
Revenge
That's
game.
the one that
We let go. Yeah.
let go.
For Juju.
For Juju.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Enough said
Take away
there.
Mac Jones' favorite target and bring in this bum.
All right.
Yeah.
So for this one, I'll pick first. I am picking the Raiders, and the Raiders have to lay 2.5. Is the where I see it. Oh, sorry, I put that under your.
can
but
keep-
your-
you can
yeah,
keep
just
that right there.
All right. So
No need to cross it
Raiders minus 2.5.
I'm going to say Ramondre Stevenson gets back on track.
He is there. Yeah. All right. So Pats,
Yeah.
All right.
take those 2.5 and run with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
No need to. Yeah. No need to cross it
Just
out.
keep it.
Pick
Just
the
keep it
Raiders.
there. Miswrote it. All right. The Jets game. They are the 4:25 Fox game at home against the Eagles. This one. The Eagles are road favorites -7. Who you got, Cam?
I'm going to go Jets. I don't know. Something about them.
Jets
think the
plus
Eagles-
7.
Have been playing as good as they.
They've played some close games.
Yeah.
They've played some close games. The defense is gettable.
Exactly.
Through the air, they're gettable. So you're relying on
Zach
another
Wilson.
another good Zach Wilson game. Had 2 decent ones in a row.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they can. I think they can keep it close.
Jared?
I'm gonna say the Eagles.
Reasoning? Analysis?
If I had to rely on Jalen Hurts
On
or
Zach
Zach Wilson,
And you're relying
I'm
Jalen
gonna
Hurts?
rely on Jalen Hurts.
That's fair. I'll take those 7 points with the Jets. Think they, at home, if this were in Philadelphia, it'd be a different story. At home, they kept KC close. They won the Bills game. Kept the, I don't know how they lost to the Patriots, but kept that
Patriots
one
close.
close. So I think it's within a score. I don't know that they win, but it's within a score.
Nice.
All right. So now our own individual picks, which Jared has noted we have not been strong at.
I think we're 0-6 the past 2 weeks. I think we
All right.
missed.
Let's see it. What's your game?
I'm gonna parlay my Lawrence top 5 performance into a Jaguars victory over the Colts at
So
home.
we have that officially listed at -4. Does that?
That's what I got. So yeah, I'll take that.
So Jaguars over the Colts -4. Colts have Gardner Minshew
in.
behind center.
Which he did fine.
I love Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
That's
I
think
mean, I like Richardson. He's been playing well, but
Right.
gonna get hurt.
yeah, that ooh.
Keep running like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. All right, yeah, it's a good pick.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're gonna win some this week.
Yeah.
I will go. Call me a believer. That the Bengals are back. They're at home against the Seahawks. West Coast team playing at 1 p.m. I think the Bengals are get right, and it's just 2.5 points. So I think they win that by an Evan McPherson field goal. I'm good with that. So Cincy for me -2.5.
And I'm not going to do it every week, but I will go back to the Bears. And what do we got on the line? I think
Do you even know who they're playing?
Minnesota. And I think Minnesota has been struggling, and now they don't have Justin Jefferson.
Where the heck is this freaking game?
was right there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Sunday at 1.
All right. So Minnesota is on the road. They are road favorites.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
So we take the Bears plus 2.5 points. You get 2.5 free points there. You start up the game 2.5 to 0.
Exactly. That, and again, like I said, no Justin Jefferson, struggling team.
Bottom of the basement game here.
Yeah.
Do you think
So,
the Vikings
go
trade
Bears.
Kirk Cousins?
They could. I mean, build for the future
Who
at
they-
this point.
I mean, what does that say to Justin Jefferson?
He knows. He already knows that they're not
Yeah, they're kind of cooked at
re-signing
this point.
him. I would think. Patriots go get him. So I'm serious. I'm being serious. I think the Patriots would be.
Better.
Maybe they should.
Yeah. I don't know. They think they got bigger fish to
issues.
fry.
Okay. How did Cam do on it? We have some clarity in the baseball
Yes, tell me.
playoffs. So how did
So-
Cam do?
Are
Oh.
3 of the 4 decided?
Um,
Or are we waiting on 2? series
we're
to finish?
waiting. 3 of the 4 are decided.
Yeah.
So
So
let's start with the good news.
the good news is the Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers.
They sure did.
Didn't see
Moving
that one
on to the
coming.
NLCS.
You saw it coming.
You saw it.
All right.
You picked
You
it.
have
I
them
know I
right
did.
there.
You picked it. Do you know where the Diamondbacks play?
Arizona.
Okay.
Good, he's good.
Just good. You gotta check these things. Where's the graphic for
I
this?
know.
We'll and then we'll transition to the not great news, but
The
not
entire American League.
not quite done yet. You pick the Braves. They're down 2-1
Yeah, play tonight.
with
Well, they
Philly,
can battle
with
back.
them playing in Philadelphia tonight.
They had a crazy comeback in Game 2. Got absolutely annihilated in Game 3. Bryce Harper
Yeah.
hit the ball
Bryce Harper is
only as far
Right.
as the two of you ever hit one, and probably me to put together. If you took the longest balls the 3 of us ever hit, it would
He's still on the
maybe yeah. Bryce Harper hit one further last night.
I think I'm good for 91 yards on or 91 feet on a
91
hit.
feet, opposite field.
Yeah.
Little flare.
Yeah. All right, so they're still in it.
So they're technically still in it,
Yep.
but not looking great. And then you went 0 for 2 in the American League.
Yeah.
Twins just lost to the Astros last
4.
night,
Yep.
and Baltimore lost
They got
to the
swept,
Rangers.
right?
Yes,
They
I
got
believe they
swept
did.
by the Rangers.
Didn't see that one coming.
So you are
Cowboys
gonna
are hot.
pick
Yeah.
You're gonna
lay it on
pick-
me.
winner of Phillies. We're gonna let you repick if you want a repick. We're gonna give you
Sure.
a shot to repick. You have Atlanta currently winning the series with Philadelphia. They're down 2-1. Game 4 is tonight in Philadelphia. The Braves do have one of the best pitchers in baseball going. Do they win on the road? Are you sticking with
Yeah,
Atlanta?
they're gonna tie it up.
All right, and then it goes
All
back
right.
to Atlanta. Anything can happen there.
That's right.
All right.
down.
When do these series start? On Saturday. So, oh no, that would be Game 5. So, all right, and then we can log them in right now
Start.
on Rangers Astros.
Pick those.
Yeah, you got to pick.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Rangers.
ALCS. Rangers, they're the higher. They're the lower seed or higher. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. The Astros are the best, have the better record, so they're the home. They have home field advantage.
Sure.
I don't know why it took me so long to say that.
Not
but
gonna matter.
not gonna matter.
Nope.
In the Battle of Texas,
Rangers.
the Rangers win.
Rangers.
Okay, so he's got the Rangers, and we'll check back in
Rangers and Braves.
on Atlanta, Arizona. Are you just gonna
Right.
ride Arizona? The
Yeah,
rest of
absolutely.
ride Arizona to the World Series. They haven't lost yet, so
Oh, yeah.
it could very well happen. All right, so we'll keep track of that. Sounds good.
Good stuff. And good luck in your fantasy matchups. And we'll be back here next week.